It's all about Tanya Stevens right now.
Them want know who is Tanya. We don't want to strip for control them on ya. We have the game in the palm and we on ya. Our world domination are the plan ya. You don't know this is Tanya Stevens endorsing Tanya Mullings on the flavor. What me say, keep it locked.
Sending this out to all the ladies. Well, Tanya Stevens, Power of a Girl.
All of me girl them step on the front line and tell them you're not stay behind. What we say, if it pours one. We are on this with or without we clothes on. Every time we step out we take the place by storm. Already we're ready to rule the world. Behold the power of a girl, yeah. Well, all of the girl them tell them and them we come for set things straight. All of me girl them want them and them it better if them cooperate. All of my ladies step to the front and tell your rightful place. Make them know so you can represent. Now watch the pretty face, yo. Make them know the body comes with a mind. And we know they have no bump and grind. I know we sole purpose in our life is skin out or cock up or wine with waistline. Make them and them know how we feel. A long time we a get a raw deal. We did a beg and I say no we appeal. And them never want to take me for real. A time to be pause one. We are on this with or without the clothes on. Every time we step out we take the place by storm. Already we're ready to rule the world. Behold the power of a girl, yeah. Well, all of the girl them tell them and them this is a brand new day. Comes and go through this time I feel you. No matter what people say, you have the right to stand up and fight. At time you defend your own. Numbers great, so one with the faith you're not alone, yeah. Make them know the body comes with a head. We exist outside of the bed. We enjoy doggy style, but not all the while. Sometimes we'd rather talk instead. Well, some man seems to think with the peg. Them only skill have to fertilize egg. Before you print them a sink third leg. Well, them one they just get shagged. A time for we pause one. We are on this with or without the clothes on. And every time we step out we take the place by storm. Already we're ready to rule the world. Behold the power of a girl, yo. I don't want no man come take me for no credit, yo. I know every pan knock me ribbit to it, yo. And me decided me ready for boom flick. And me don't want you think me a live fi get stick. Well, respect is a two-way thing. How you forget it when abuse you a fling. You think me a go bow down forget a ring. Well, my life is worth much more than a bling bling. Boys, one girl. We are on this with or without the clothes on. Every time we step out, we take the place by storm. Already we're ready to rule the world. You don't know. Behold the power of a girl. I say pause one.
If you just tuned in, you got it locked to the Tanya Mullings Show on DaFlavaRadio.com. And we're working our way up to the interview conversations with Rico vibes for the Tanya Mullings Show. My good friend Tanya Stevens is going to be here live. Love this track for the ladies, Power of a Girl. You don't know I got to bring you the big tune. Y'all know this one.
Dropping the hits. 24/7.
It's a pity.
If we never get a chance to be together, go with ya, Tanya, love ya. It's a pity you already have a wife, and me don't have a man in my life. Good boy, it is a pity. I say it is a pity. You already have your wife, and me have a one man in my life. Good boy, it is a pity. I would woulda liked one of these mornings to wake up and find your face on a pillow lying right next to mine. I woulda cut out the party and the smoking and the rum and bust a extra wine and make we see up a sun. Well, every time I fantasize, me see your lips, me see your eyes, your trigger finger do something. I left the road girl hypnotized. For you it's just a thing, just another little fling. But for me this is heaven and the angel that must sing. It's a pity you already have a wife and me don't have a man in my life. Rude boy, it is a pity, yeah. I say it is such a pity you already have a wife and me have a one man in my life. Rude boy, it is a pity. To buck you up in a public and can't even touch it really fuck me up because my check for you so much the respect you may have be your woman, be your kids, believe me, rude boy, my Chris. I know me a titties, who knows, maybe one day the world will be evolved enough. We'll share you in a civilized manner between the two of us. But until then, I woulda love to see you again. I know we have to play it by the stupid rules of men. Said if we never get a chance to get together, go with ya, Tanya, love ya. I'ma say, so meet me round the corner, avoid Mitzi and Lana. You know them, I do what they biggest informer. I'm not stopping for sex, no, not ball out next, no. But the way how you flex really pique my interest, yo. The you what people see, I know the you what me loving, and the you what there with me go much deeper than skin. I don't know exactly what it is you're feeling, but I wish this was a permanent thing, yo. It's such a pity you already have your wife and me don't have a man in my life. Rude boy, it is a pity, It's such a pity you already have a wife and me don't have a man in my life. Rude boy, it is a pity. Me know say you belong to she, you know say me belong to him. I wouldn't want to diss your queen, I woulda never diss my king. But when you play for move with him, and when my feel your bass a swing, you left me in a turmoil, you have me in a spin. It really make me sad for you for waste so much water. I think the two of we can make a beautiful daughter, but it would be selfish to one innocent little youth for bring her home and cannot tell her the truth. Tell her the truth.
That's Tanya Stevens, It's a Pity, and she's gonna be here live talking about her brand new album, Guilty. We're gonna bring you some more tracks before she's here. Make sure you follow at Rico Vibes.
Remember,
the new music first
from DaFlavaRadio.com.
Believe that.
This is Tanya Stevens. This one's called
So
Crazy.
what we're gonna do today, same thing we do every day. Defy the world. They say opposites attract, but baby, we're not really opposites. We come from two separate worlds, a bridge between which does not exist. It's not really logical that we should be together like this. But to question something so beautiful, I'd have to be Coco, a few screws loose, one more goose for Looney Tunes. Shell shock, totally whack, brain on a hike, not coming back. Weirdo, psycho, loco, don't you know? Oh, if I had to live without my baby, now that would be crazy. Crazy. They say it's a matter of time before each of us go on our separate way. But with all the crap that they talk, tell me who gives a heck about what they say. We've nothing in common, but we're fine, cause it's working anyway. And to mess with something so beautiful, I'd have to be Coco, a few screws loose, one more goose for Looney Tunes. Shell shock, totally whack, brain on a hike, not coming back. Weirdo, psycho, loco, don't you know? Oh, if I had to live without my baby, now that would be crazy. love, I know what we gonna do with it. We're gonna enjoy every single minute till we get through with it. Cause I'm not done with you, and you're not through with me. And even if we get to that point eventually, you know it'd have to be Coco, a few screws loose, one more goose for Looney Tunes. Just shot, totally whack, brain on a hack, not coming back. Weirdo, psycho, loco, don't you know? If I had to live without my baby, put me in a padded room and strap me down, but only me man roof can lock me down. Me don't know how this happens, so no ask me how, but nothing short of it can't stop me now. I did funny the neighbors say we wouldn't make it, but we still together and they split. So it just goes to show that you never know. And we still a do it thing, we still Chris. I mean I know many people who have it good like this. As a matter of fact, who criticize we, I honestly think they must be oh, yeah, yeah. And they must be crazy. Weirdo, psycho, loco, don't you know?
I could keep on playing and playing. It's my girl, Tanya Stevens. Crazy, coming from her album, Guilty. Get it on iTunes. It's that time right now. I gotta turn it over to Rico Vibes. It's Conversations with Rico Vibes for the Tanya Mullings Show. None other than the ever so talented Tanya Stevens. Take it away, boss.
This is Conversations with Rico Vibes for the Tanya Mullings Show. My special guest today is the one, the only veteran in the business. She goes by the name of Tanya Stevens. Trust me, she's got a brand new album. The album is called Guilty. And she's got so many tracks that are so good on this album, man. I tell you, so many tracks. So, big up to Tanya Stevens every time. We're going to get inside this first one.
Well, I'm there, here to fan.
Well, like I said, we're listening to tracks from the Guilty album. And I just played Hit and Run. And the folks on my chat line are saying that you sound like Eartha Kitt.
Boy, as I tell you a while ago, only thing I can do now is just take off my wig so it don't bust up when my head swell too big.
Take off your wig. Welcome to
It's a huge compliment. I don't even know if I deserve it. Eartha Kitt is phenomenal. She's a legend.
She is a legend. She is a legend. Well, welcome to Conversations with Rico Vibes for the Tanya Mullings Show. And you're live on many stations around the world right now. So shout out to the folks in the UK, the Gambia, all over the world right now.
Yeah, big up all of my people and from everywhere. I love you all so much.
And I was playing 140 pounds of love earlier as well. And I'm trying to figure out where you got the 140 pounds from. Are you 140 pounds or that's just how much love you're giving?
Well, to be honest, that was kind of wishful thinking. I'm like 145 right now.
See, folks, hold on. Folks were saying online that you're barely 100. You know, folks were saying that you're barely 100 pounds.
No. I was further up, and the 140 was actually a target. And I am now at 145, and I'm hoping to make it to the 140 so I can be honest again.
140. You really don't look over 105, really.
You haven't seen me lately, have you?
No, I haven't seen you lately. I have not seen you lately. That's true. So,
I grew up.
So let's talk about the Guilty album. Why did you name it Guilty?
I've been accused of so many things, and I'm somebody who likes to embrace all and create a good outcome from it. And I like to laugh at people and them foolishness too. Mm-hmm. So I just took everything they accused me of and just turned it into some positive energy.
Wow. And how long did it take you to put this project together?
Well, I don't really have a time frame. You know, I've just been working. My last release was, 2006. My last commercial release was 2006. Uh-huh. Then I released an album which I gave as a present to the people who've been supporting me in 2010.
Right.
And since then, I've been working on this album on and off. It's not every day, but whenever I feel inspired, I do something. And, you know, of course, I've taken tracks off and put tracks on. So
Man, you must be feeling so good to work when you feel like working.
I mean, sometimes it's a little bit annoying. I'd like to have somebody to hold a stick over my head and say, work now. But it means I'm more productive, but I can't guarantee the quality of the work that I would be doing. When I have something potent and when I know that I will love it.
Are you saying you're not disciplined? You're not disciplined within yourself?
Well, I'm disciplined in a different kind of way.
Okay. I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to ask. I'm not even going to ask.
No, man. In terms of work, I'm very disciplined in maintaining my standard, which means that I don't just get up and force words onto paper. I allow them to, mean something, and therefore sometimes it takes a while for them to become potent and an idea to grow. So I'm not really force it.
Okay. Now, when we listen to your lyrics over the years, you have some double, your words are kind of like double meanings. You got your lyrics are very deep. Where do you get your inspiration from when you sit down to write a particular song?
Life is always the biggest inspiration. I live a very real life. Nothing about me changed since the day I came into music, except where life would have aged me or given me more experience. But I am very present in my life. So and in other people's lives. So I'm a part. Okay. So I take inspiration from them too.
Okay. As you know, we're broadcasting live from Atlanta. I've got a question from the chat line. Lady T asks, when are you coming back to Atlanta?
Oh, man. I'm soon come.
You soon
I have a date yet, but I'm soon come.
You soon come. So how many years have you been in the business?
Oh, man, I've gone past 20 years now.
Wow. And are you still hungry for it? Are you still, eager? Are you still eager? Are you still hungry for the business?
Honestly, no.
No? Why is that?
It's not the same like when you're just coming in. When you're a teenager and everything looks so bright and shiny and it's fun. There's a lot of mystery. Right now, there's no mystery.
Oh, really?
I'm very versed on the industry. There's nothing to surprise me in it, really. So I'm actually looking around for other things to provide me with that kind of excitement level. But music still intrigues me. I'm still motivated and very inspired to write and deliver. But I don't do it as much as I used to do.
Okay. And with the last time we spoke a few years ago, you said you were working on a restaurant. Did that ever come through, or are you now a restaurant owner?
I did it. I opened a restaurant and bar. I became my own best customer, and then I closed the restaurant and bar.
Are you serious? Did you drink at your bar?
I was my own best customer. It was a good experience. I learned a lot from it. I learned especially that, having a restaurant and a bar, it takes a lot of time. I take my hat off to people who care for me in terms of food and beverage. I really do respect their efforts because it takes a lot to keep that business going. And I already had a full-time job, so it was too much.
Wow. So what are your plans for this album, Guilty?
I'm just introducing it to people and taking my time. I don't set any kind of goals for albums. I can't set goals for albums because the people on the street are who determine where an album gets to. So I just introduce it to them, and if they like it, it's good, and if they don't like it, it's still good. Wherever it goes, whatever it does, I'm fine.
Wow. So what do you say to your fans all around the world? Because folks love you. You're one of the realest artists we come across in a long time. So what do you say to those folks? What do you say to upcoming artists now who sometimes falter along the way?
Why, there's hardly anything you can say to upcoming artists. They don't really listen. But, what works for me might not work for anybody else, though. So I wouldn't mandate my experiences. I can only say thanks to the people who have kept me in existence. Nobody's obligated to like me. So if they like me, that's a bonus. It's always a bonus. And I just give thanks and keep doing what I do and try to be better than the last thing I did. I have to grow. It's a job. Even though I love it, it's a job. So, I'm here to provide a service. I'm here to fulfill a rule, so I have to make sure I do it to the best of my ability and make sure no boy, no girl, no time, no day can test me.
Are you serious? No, nobody, no one at all.
that's my inner portion channeling now.
I mean, lyrically, I don't see anybody who can test you, and not because I'm talking to you, but I don't. You know, lyrically, you're very deep lyrically.
I mean, I see a lot of people who are good writers and people who I admire for what they do with their craft. But I've never really felt threatened. I think there are people who we work parallel to each other. I don't see anybody that would make me feel like, whoa, I can't step to that one. I've never seen that. But there are many good people out there.
Right. Well, I got another comment on the chat line. It says they wish that you would turn a politician when you're done with music.
They don't like me at all. No, sir. I have to maintain my sanity. I have to maintain my integrity. I have to maintain my credibility. And I don't see how I can maintain any of those within politics, especially within Jamaican politics. I couldn't. So, never.
Wow. Well, let me tell you something, you know. I had the opportunity of seeing you here in Atlanta about maybe 10 years ago. And I had an immense amount of respect for you then. But what you did that night, somehow or another, the promoters ran off. And the band was already packing up. There wasn't going to be a show. And you came out on stage and said, you know what? The promoters ran off. But it's you, the people, you, the fans, that make me do what I do. And you gave them a show anyway. And that night onwards, I go a whole new respect for you as an artist.
I appreciate it. But the truth is, when we have sometimes bad experiences behind the scenes that the audience doesn't know anything about, you know. And the only thing somebody knows when they get dressed and come out and spend money to see us, the only thing they know is that they have spent their money.
Right.
They don't care what happens behind the scenes. So at the end of the day, it is Tanya Stevens' reputation that suffers that I didn't deliver a show. So I have to do whatever I can to maintain my existence.
Absolutely. So what's next? After Guilty, what's next? I know you work on your own pace. So what's next for you?
Well, I'm on the road right now. I'm promoting the album. I'm doing a lot of appearances and stuff, and just reintroducing myself to people, because even though people know me, many people from the dancehall audience, the reggae audience know me, I haven't done anything in ages, so I don't take for granted that people have put my character on ice and been preserving me. I come back and I introduce myself and I be like, remember me, I'm Tanya Stevens, and I just did this. And I'm having a lot of fun doing that right now, so I'm just going to do that for another few months, and I'm still writing, I'm still recording. I have this book that I was supposed to put out a long time ago.
Yeah, we spoke
and
about that back then.
I've actually finished writing like a couple of books, but I'm somebody, like I tell you, I like to move at my own pace, and as soon as information changes or my perspective changes, I feel like it's incorrect or it's a little bit of a cheat, so I have to go back and change it. I've kept going all these years, and I feel like where I am now, I'll be for a while. So I'm ready to come on. I'm just finishing up everything I started.
So what are these books about? Are they autobiographies? What are they about?
Not necessarily autobiographies, but it's my opinions of situations, my experiences sum up. Similar to what I do with song, I do in prose. And there are poems and stuff that I write, but it's not really like sappy literature class poems. It's real life situations. Just that, what you do in song, you only have 3 minutes and a confined melody to do it within. But with a poem or with prose, you have so much more room to explore, and so I wanted to say so much more than what the songs could allow me.
Gotcha.
So I continued in book form.
Gotcha. Once again, folks, we're talking live with Tanya Stevens now. 20 years ago, fast forward 20 years later, what's the major differences in the business and in the whole industry, do you think?
Well, I don't really know if there's any difference, because my perspective has changed so much. Things that used to look shiny and bright and new and pretty back then now look rather droll, some of it. things that I didn't understand kind of look. You know, people I used to look up to and revere, I look at them and they have so much stuff, they no longer shine.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's my perspective, I think, that has changed. So I wouldn't even really want to spoil it for anybody else. I'd say come in with all of your energy, come in with all of your excitement, and you may have a different experience than I do, because I'm kind of different.
Gotcha.
So somebody else could come in and it could become more brilliant for them. It could shine more. It could be better, you know. So I don't know if anything has changed much.
Okay. Now, is there anybody over the years that you would have liked to work with that you haven't had an opportunity to work with yet?
Well, I would have loved to work with Barry Salmon. We've been on the same shows, but we've never collaborated in the studio.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were a few attempts made, but it never really happened. And I don't believe in forcing things. I think things should happen organically. So, you know, that hasn't happened yet. And I'm also looking forward to getting together with Miss Bessie Wright. We've been discussing it for like a couple of years now. This is one of my idols. I grew up listening to Bessie Wright.
Uh-huh.
I learned a lot of my fights from her. You know, the Clean Up Woman song, the Goodbye You, Hello Him. You know, I grew up listening to a lot of her stuff even when I was in primary school, and, you know, got that kind of, you know, I don't care what you think, and I'm not afraid of you, and I can stand up to you, and I'm a woman, but yes, I am still strong. You know, I got that from her. So if we manage to get together eventually, like we've been planning to, and we do anything, then I think I could quit after that.
Wow, you've reached your goal. Now it's a
I wouldn't
pity.
want to spoil that record. I would just bow out gracefully and be like, yo, this is it. It can't get no better. Right.
Now it's a pity. Was that about someone in particular? Was that about you in particular?
Well, it was my experience, but I kind of combined a few different people over a long period of time.
Okay. Now I cannot have you here and not ask you about the clash that went on at Sting with Macca Diamond and Lady Saw. What's your opinion on that?
I try not to have any opinions on it, especially the females in dancehall, because they don't really have I don't think they really have the understanding that people are entitled to opinions.
Right.
I think it was a low point for dancehall. Okay. You know, it wasn't a clash. It was more like a tracing, like a war.
Okay.
You know, I think Macca actually came out with the intention that she was going to clash.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly don't think Shaw wanted to clash. I think she more like wanted to cuss.
Okay.
So there was no lyrics. I felt disappointed. I was looking out for something that would bust my head, you know, like, wow, I can't believe he said that, but
right.
Didn't get it.
And, you know, a lot of folks were saying that, you know, if they really want a lyrical war, they got to put a Tanya Stevens on there.
Then they'd have to clone me and make me clash myself.
Are you saying there's no competition for you?
I don't see. Did you see any lyrics on that clash? Which of them would I take on?
No, I did not. Oh, wow. Well, shout out to Tanya Mullings, man. Like I said, this interview is for the Tanya Mullings show. So shout out to Tanya Mullings before you go.
Yeah, Tanya Mullings, I'm a girl for years. Mm-hmm. Years. When I was just coming into the business, RFM used to confuse me and her music. And then I met her and I was like, I couldn't have been confused with a better person. I really, really love her.
Wonderful, wonderful. So is there any place you're going that you can look forward to in Europe? We got folks on here from Germany, Canada, the UK, as I said. So are you going to any one of those places anytime soon?
Well, I'm headed to Germany. I'm on, what is it, Summer Jam?
Okay.
I'm going across Europe, July to August. I'm doing a few of the festivals. And I should be in the UK too. Okay. Around the same time in July in the UK. Canada may soon come.
All right. Now we're looking forward to seeing you here in Atlanta as well.
Of course, may soon come, man, for real. I'm on the road again. I haven't been going out much over the past few years, but I'm back on the road, and you know, let's see where we get to together.
Well, you've been in Jamaica eating out your own restaurant and bar, so that explains it.
hence the struggle to get back to the 140 pounds.
Wow. But you only got 5 pounds. 5 pounds is not that much.
Yeah, it's only 5 pounds left. I've come a long way.
Okay, there you go. There you go. Well, you know what? The fans are listening, so give them a sample, anything, before you go.
I wanna give you 145 pounds of love. By the time I see you, I should be 140.
145 pounds, okay. Well, you know what, it's always a pleasure talking with you, and we wish you success with the Guilty album. And, we want you to come back soon and talk some more, all right?
Cool. Thank you very much for having me. Big up everybody.
You're welcome. Thank you. There you have it, folks. There you have it. Tanya Stevens. Funny girl. Very, very funny girl. This is Conversations with Rico Vibes for the Tanya Mullings Show.
Big up to yourself, Tanya Stevens. My girl, you're my sister in for life. What is it? 145 pounds of love. No, 140. Love you, my girl. Big up yourself, Rico Vibes every time. Always a wonderful interview.
Locking up and skinning out in a diamond. Trying to prove to the world, say you are my man. You're more than a shoulder to cry on, more than somebody to rely on. Oh, love everything you're doing, I can never get enough. Now let me give you 140 pounds of love. Oh, keep doing what you're doing, don't you ever give it up. Now let me give you 140 pounds of love. Suck it to you now. Well, I say let love grow and I say let love show. Little old blossom and be more than you know. Skin too thin, it couldn't please the eye. Been around the world, never met a guy could cuddle all night and wake up still alright. You've gone so much further than a little bump and grind. You live where no man has ever been. Baby, you're in my mind. And when we are cock up in the diamond, I come love you, wanna cause you are my man. You're more than a shoulder from a cry on, more than somebody to rely upon. Boy, love everything you're giving, I can never get enough. Now let me give you 140 pounds of love. Whoa, keep doing what you're doing, don't you ever give it up.
If you just tuned in, you just missed the interview with Tanya Stevens. That's 140 pounds of love. Get it on her album, it's called Guilty. Gonna bring you one more track. I'm loving this track. Listen to the lyrics, people.
New music first.
From DaFlavaRadio.com.
Believe that.
Tanya Stevens, Broken People.
Harsh words have been spoken, but if we look just a little bit closer, we'll see we're all just a little bit broken. The world is full of black people and white people in the middle trying to make it right, people. Everybody just getting by. Broken wings trying to learn to fly. Straight people and gay people in the middle trying to find a way, people. Everybody just getting by. And we're all just a little bit broken. We hurt. Broken people hurt. We feel. Broken people feel. We bleed. But we heal. And we fight, but tonight we're gonna be alright. We hurt. Broken people hurt. We feel. Broken people feel. And we bleed, oh yes we bleed. But we heal. And the world is full of hooks people and clean people. Saying love don't know what it means, people. Everybody just getting by. Broken wings trying to learn to fly. Short people and tall people in the middle, happy with it all, people. Everybody just getting by. And we're all just a little bit broken. We hurt. Broken people hurt. We feel. We bleed. But we heal. We fight, but tonight we're gonna be alright. We hurt. Broken people hurt. We feel. never satisfied, keep wanting more people. Everybody just getting by. And we're all just a little bit broken. We hurt. Broken people hurt. We feel. Broken people feel. And we bleed, oh yes we bleed. But we heal. And we fight, but tonight we're gonna be alright. We hurt. Broken people hurt. We feel. Broken people feel. And we bleed, bleed. But we heal. Fight, but tonight we're gonna be alright. Black people and white people and straight people and gay people and short people and tall people. Don't you worry about it, we're all people, all just a little bit broken. Try to find a way down.
Once again, I'd like to send a thank you out to Tanya Stevens. Thank you so much, my girl, for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on the program. Also, once again, big up Rico Vibes. Enough love, boss, you done know. Get the album once again. It's called Guilty. It's Tanya Stevens, Broken People. I'll be right back.